Hi, in this video we are going to share with you different designs of fairy garden and also will share with you information regarding this topic. If you are willing to build fairy garden, then we also will share with you the information regarding required items. Fairy garden or miniature gardens make a sweet addition to any porch, deck, backyard or garden space. Fairy gardens are magical places for children and adults alike. Use these easy fairy garden ideas to learn how to start a fairy garden today. So, here is a question: what is a fairy garden? A fairy garden is a decorative miniature garden usually grown in a small pot, planter, garden bed, container, or another small space within a garden, inside or outside the house or classroom. They are magical garden filled with small plants, fairy lights, picket fences, little fairy homes, bird houses, and all sort of other miniature DIY fairy garden accessories, figurines and decorations. But don't be fooled by the name, because like fairy tales, not all mini gardens include fairies. What is the point or purpose of fairy garden? So, a fairy garden offers an magical play space, a small world that children can use to develop their imagination and learn to flex their creative muscles. They also make a fantastic tool for meditation and sensory development and can help children and adults learn to self-regulate. And putting one together or making a fairy garden is a great way to sow the seeds of early learning in the garden. Best of all, there are as many ways to make a fairy garden as there are ways to enjoy these sweet, whimsical creations. They can be made into static gardens to be imagined into or meditated upon, or they can be made into little play garden filled with various types of fairies and gnomes, dragons and wizards, shells and mermaids that children or adults can play with and enjoy. There are many lessons to be learned in the garden, and fairy gardens are no exception. Make a miniature garden with children to learn the basics of gardening and plant care and so much more. So, happiness is found in the garden, especially in fairy gardens made with natural materials and mini garden figurines. Digging in the soil has many research benefits for children and adults, including decreased stress, anxiety, and if you are wondering what to buy for a fairy garden or what you need to make or put in an outdoor fairy garden, there are so many different DIY fairy garden supplies and materials that you can put in a miniature garden. It can get overwhelming, so we recommend starting small with just a few plants, accessories, and figurines. That way you can continue to add miniatures and fairy accessories that you would like to include slowly over time. Starting with just a few primary features lead to more joy and less overwhelm when making a fairy garden, especially if you will be working with preschoolers or kindergartners. Trust me, here's a list of everything you need to start a fairy garden. First, you need a container or space to grow your fairy garden. Other things: potting soil, peat moss, small plants or succulent, gardening towel, fairies, wizards, fairy houses, and other fairy garden accessories and miniatures like these: roots, tools, stones, pebbles, marbles, gems, sea glass, wood slices, sand, moss, popsicle sticks, twine, etc. Here's a list of unique fairy garden container ideas and fairy furniture that will make it easy to create the perfect space for your favorite fairies and other figurines to call home. small ball plant है, tray or flower pot, broken pot or small fairy garden pot, old wheelbarrow or wheelbarrow plant है, round table planter, it is perfect for a succulent fairy garden, garden Dorado plant है, raised cedar garden bed, sideways half vine barrel plant है, raised plant है, box on wheels, patio garden bed, small garden bed, Amish wagon garden plant है, bird bath, tabletop or desktop fairy garden ideas. So with the help of these items, you can build fairy garden for your child, for your kids. At the end of this video, we want to request you to please don't forget to subscribe, like and share.